All right, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Mind Test Gameplay of Sorts. Yes, I'm back. And it's January 2nd, 2019. Happy New Year. All right. Two things right off the bat as my game loads. A Mind Test member, and if you haven't gone over to the Mind Test forums, it's a great place to get information and cool videos and whatnot. So I suggest going over there, and the Reddit, the subreddit Mind Test. Dog Doc replied to one of my videos and said, if you haven't already completed the bank in your town, consider using the Placeable Ingots mod. Now this mod is really cool, and we're going to be talking about that today. It is Placeable Ingots, and I have a link on my website. I will show you. But look at that. Isn't that cool? So in the game, you store your gold ingots and gold blocks and gold dust and everything else, and you store it in chests. Well, now you don't have to. You can put it on the floor or on the wall. You could sprinkle it about. You could be, you could be a player. Yes. And it's really cool. There's, obviously, and there's big ingots. I don't like the big ingots. I like the smaller ones because they look more realistic. But you have the choice of going into the configuration of the mod, and there's a line that you change, and it tells you exactly what to change it to, and it will change them to big. To enable big ingots, go to the mod folder, open up the conf.lua, and change conf.is_big to true, and resave it and restart your game. That's all you got to do. So there you have it. So that is by, I'm going to butcher this name, Scamiz Kesmark. Very cool. And the mod is nice. So, also, I'm not sure if Dog Doc is the one that sent me this picture. I have to fix my photo login page, but another user submitted photo. Check that out. It's a bank. No kidding. Well, it's a bank. Nice use of pillars. That is really cool, the detail around the pillar base. I like that. And yeah, that's a very cool looking world. So thank you for sending that in. I'm not sure who sent it in because I don't want to reveal the email. Obviously, it's private, but I have to fix the photo submission page to allow for a name field, because you don't have to put in an email address. You don't have to do anything. And I could have emailed the person and said, what's your name? But I just realized that now. And yeah. So here it is right here. It is going all the way down. And it is under Placeable Ingots. And it'll take you right there. So that works out perfect. So on my homepage of my website, there is a photo submission, and so in the description, if anybody does see this, just put your name in there. And like I said, you don't have to do an email. I don't spam people. So yeah. All right. So let us get on with, and another thing, this is really, really cool because it's a milestone. If I go back into the Mind Test, if you're a Mac user, this is really, really cool. How do you play Mind Test on a Mac? You hit the download button, and there's Windows and Android and Linux and FreeSB and Mac. So now there's a program that on Macs that we use called Homebrew. And I've been using the 04.16. Developmental version, and it was from the Unstable builds, which it worked fine. I found a nightly build that worked fine. Neoclastics nightly build, Krondor game, and this is what I've been using. However, if you go there, it will bring you to all the daily releases. Like this is the GitHub page for it, and it all says 5.0 development, and they work, but it's unstable. It's dev. It's testing. So if you go to Mac OS, this is for Mac users only. You can install a thing called Homebrew, and Homebrew is very similar to a package manager in Linux. If you're familiar with Linux, it installs all the packages that should have been installed in Mac. Developers tend to use this. However, you do have to have Xcode installed on your Mac, an updated version of it, which I do because I am a hack developer. So there's my Xcode. Yeah. And all you do is you run the line brew after you install Homebrew, brew install Minetest. And up until a month ago, this failed for me. It failed spectacularly. And so I got a new laptop for Christmas. I'll explain that in a minute. I said, I'm going to try it one more time because I could only get 4.0.4.17 for Windows. And it worked perfect. There's things in my world that work now. It installed. I am playing this on, you got it there up at the top before I crop the screen, Minetest 0.4.17.1. And I got to tell you, now I'm going to crop it. I got to tell you, things are working. Things are working very nicely. So we're going to fly over and take a look. I should have pre-done this because I think I've already wasted about 5 minutes. What can you do with the placeable ingots? You can put them on your pirate ship. There they are. There's my gold. So you go in here, and since I play in creative mode, I'm going to grab my gold. And you just right click and see how that kind of adds that there. Isn't that cool? Every pirate ship needs the gold. Yes. There you have it. We have gold. Yes, we do. Okay, so on with the show. So this is going to be placeable ingots, and I'll show you how I use them. But first, I'm going to show you something that started working. And when I logged into my server on the Windows box, I came up here, and all of a sudden the smoke started working on the train. I kid you not. And look at that. I have smoke on my train. In the development version of 4.16, that did not work. So there are really cool things that work here that didn't work. Now I'm flying through trees again. Didn't work before. Now I'm stuck in a tree. There we go. Now I'm out of the tree. So we're going to come over here real quickly before I show off some of the other things I've been working with. Why won't it open? There we go. Apparently you can't. Oh, duh. It was trying to put a gold ingot down. So we're going to come into my warehouse. Is my battery still running? It's at 33%. Red light, doors open, door not secure. Door secure, green light. Cool. Yeah, the door closed. That is the Tech Pack mod for the tube library for these switches and lights that I did in another video. So we're going to come into here, this unassuming little doorway that's down to the mine and the nuclear power plants. Look at that. We have 3-foot steel block doors. Now don't tell my code. It's highly secret. Look at this. We have a vault area. We have a vault area with gold because I mine gold. I'm going to put some more gold down in here because I'm not rich enough yet. In the fantasy world, I am, but yeah. So you can do this with all different sorts of ingots. Over here, we have silver ingots. We have gold, obviously, and they're stacked up real nice and high, and more silver, and this is copper, bronze, and stainless steel. So basically anything, I believe, anything that's an ingot. There's all my ingots. Let's see if it does this. I can't pronounce that. Oh, that's a pretty color. Aural ingot. So let's grab that. Nope, that doesn't work for that. Okay, that failed. I think it's anything from the you know, the normal ingot from the game. Let's try something that I haven't tried. We had copper. Let's do a wrought iron. Yes, we have wrought iron. Very cool. I hit the wrong button. So we have wrought iron works. So I believe it's all like the default ones. I don't think it's some of these other ones. Let's try chromium. Nope, chromium didn't work. I think that's from more ores. I know these aren't going to work. Ooh, cast iron, carbon steel. Oh, where's the one I'm looking at? There's lead, stainless steel. I thought there was a palladium. Is that even a word? Let's try carbon steel. That looks pretty. Nope, carbon steel doesn't work. So basically you have your precious metals. They do work. What about mithril? No. Oh, I don't know. I think that's from more ores also. So that one works. I just blocked the doorway. Can't do that. Let's put this over here by the gold. There we go. And I hit the wrong key again. So that's placeable ingots. And I did the smaller ones because I like them. And you can put them on the wall and you can use the screwdriver to face them. So that works out really cool. And they look great. Well, my ingots are also from my custom texture pack, which I've mixed up from Vanessa E's HDX textures and my own. So that looks cool. I have like Fort Knox over here. So all the walls are steel, 3 foot thick, double security, except now you know my code, so I'm going to have to change it. Uh-oh. Oh, that's because I put it too close to the door. So there you have it. That is Placeable Ingots mod. Now we're going to come out here. If I can stop here. And going to show off some other cool stuff that I've been doing. Make sure my door is closed. Don't want to get the bear in there. So this is over at my Secret Squirrel Factory, which everybody knows. If you don't, you can see my video description or video catalog, which has it in there. So I started, I'm going to show off the townhouses, and I started working on them. Either I'm lagging real bad. No, I'm not lagging. Yeah, I am. FPS 17. There's a lot going on up here, even with the mines turned off. There's a lot going on. So we're going to come over here, and I finally, oh, there's my cars. I finally extended the road. We're going to take a little walk down the road here. Got my street lamps. I haven't put in all the markings yet, and where I should have. I stopped right there. Wow. I only had that far to go. Over yonder here is obviously the castle, as you can see. Now, you can see I'm in full range view and it's stuttering real bad. My new laptop doesn't do that. And I will be doing a review on it very soon. This is something really strange. Now, if you notice, so these are full blocks. These are half blocks. Just to make sure here. Yeah, half blocks. And these are full blocks. So these are slabs. Now, I have to look at the code on here because if I put a guardrail from infrastructure mod, it goes down onto that block. But if, let's say I put a concrete post, you could see it doesn't. So I got to see how the person did that. Because there's a couple other things that I would like to have sit on those blocks. Yeah. I should have just left that there. So I extended the roadway, and it doesn't look that, I mean, it kind of is jarring, but it doesn't look that bad with the guardrails like that. I'm going to speed up a little bit. This road just goes forever. Now, somewhere near underground here is the railway station that connects the factory over with all the railroad for all the other side. But I never cut through with the roadway. So we're still on the outside of the castle, the Japanese castle walls. And there's my poor attempt at a medieval cobblestone house, which is all right. I don't like getting rid of things that I've built. So it's kind of still there. And we come over here, we have a little, I only got this far with the street lights. I have to finish the street lights up. But this area over here, I might want to do something with it. And I have all my bridge embankments and pillars and everything else. We come over here. Now over here, this area over here is where, see, here's where the train tracks come out. And what are you doing? That was the mob woman. There's the, what was that? It's a what did I call it? It's a nature center. So there's a train station right here, and it goes off into a little nature center over there. And there's a platform in there that you can look out, and it's all pretty. And my train bridge on my extended lake, which was in another video. And here's the like the forest house. But we're going to come back over here, and I'm going to add a driveway to get to said house. I've been spending the last 2 weeks with Christmas and New Year's Eve and everything kind of took a back burner. But somewhere up here, there's going to be like a driveway that'll lead over to that house. That'll connect that house up, and then we come over here. If we go straight ahead, there are like the newer houses in the town. There it is. I didn't name that one. Oh well. I just got off work. I work overnight, so I am a little like not punchy, but a little tired. But we come over here and it connects up because right over here is the working farm, the educational farm, and this comes over. So this went here, and instead of going straight, this went over here. Now I have to put the traffic lights in, and so this was all just nothing. It was forest and trees. So that extends that up all the way up to the factory. And then we come down here, and this leads to the downtown area. So we have the grain haunted house over here, which I have to figure out how to get up to. It should be fun. And the log cabin, all that other stuff, the Space Invaders house. So we come down here, and I blew a stop sign. And this is, I put a driveway in. There we go. Thank you very much. But there's a house all the way back here that you couldn't get to. So this road ended here, and I was trying to figure out a good way to get up there to that house. There's two houses up there. Why did the chicken cross the road to get to the other side? There's no joke there, I guess. So we come down, we have this new driveway, and I was really really like tidying up a lot of stuff here. So we have this long driveway which comes over here to this modern house, my headquarters. Ooh, I just walked into the back of my truck. So this house over here, and then it leads down to that house with the little boathouse down here. And I still have yet to furnish that house, but I'm going to not bring a driveway down there, but I am going to bring some kind of access down there. So that'll be really, really neat. This is one of my favorite houses. I have to update it a little bit. Yep. There we go. So the driveways are done, and the streets leading up to the factory, the little vault room. I still I just still have to finish some roadways and some markings, street lights, stuff like that. So this turned out really, really good. I'm happy with it. It connects these houses up. If you keep going straight over here, that goes to the biodome and the lighthouse, which is off in the distance over there. And the working farm is right over the hill over there. So that's where that leads. So this new laptop I got, it's a Lenovo E485, and I couldn't go hog wild on it, but I did spec it out pretty cool. And I'm going to do some test videos from it. I already did a test live stream just to see if I could do it. It handled OBS fine, OBS running with Minetest running over Wi-Fi, and with the exception of me botching the sound settings and not having my mixer hooked up to it, even though it was a failure, it was a success. If that makes any sense, I learned a lot from what settings I already put in for OBS and everything, but the machine can handle it. So what it is, it's a I said a Lenovo ThinkPad E485, and it has a Ryzen 5 quad core with 8 gigs of RAM, 8 giggle bunnies of RAM, and because I couldn't afford 16, and I couldn't afford the Ryzen 7. It has a Vega, an AM, or I forgot wow, that's embarrassing. Did you hear the phone ring? There you go. It stopped ringing. I could not get it to ring in the last episode. It just would not ring. So the machine, it only has one. I was real worried about it, about the performance of it, because at the same time I got my daughter a Lenovo Flex 14, and it has to run Windows because of the pen and the drawing software. It's one of those. It's sort of like a yoga book. It'll fold into a tablet, and she's quite the digital artist, quite the artist, and yeah. So it's going to stay on Windows for right now because the Linux cannot handle it. Cannot handle the pen and the driver. There's no drivers for it that I could find for the pen part. So that has a Core i5 in it, quad core, and I'm impressed with it. It's really quick. However, there's a problem with Windows 10 with the October updates, and certain Intel drivers and certain Intel graphics drivers and something else. And hers is the update is actually blocked, where my Ryzen, my AMD, and the Vega, it's got Vega graphics on it. I cannot remember the name of the video card. It's a Vega 8. It's integrated, but it's the other big video card company, which is not NVIDIA or Intel. So there. The performance is really good, and mine took the October update just fine, and it's a screaming little machine. The only thing I can find wrong with, or a con of it, is the display. I couldn't afford the $65 upgrade to 1440 glossy display, but nevertheless, you'll be seeing more of it. I'm going to do a review on it, and I'm going to do some live streaming from it because now I have the ability to. All right, so we are out at the last building to be completed, and this is the family restaurant for my little town center here. So you have the little courtyard here overlooking the small fountain by the Civic Center, and it's done. So I used all my custom colors and everything else. So you come in here, and this is more the family style restaurant, where the restaurant across the street is like the coffee house, little bistro, sandwich shop. Yeah. And here's the ice cream parlor. Yeah. So this is, it's more family orientated. You got little plant thingies on the wall here, lattices with vegetation. You come up here, you do your ordering, little point of sale system, little kitchen with a grill. You got a little, you can eat at the counter or eat at tables. So you got a little dining room here, which overlooks beautiful views. Anybody would be happy to eat here. I would. Of course, there's a washroom because, realism. One of these times I'm not going to put it in there, and I guarantee you nobody's going to notice. Come into the kitchen area. We're all decked out. Yes, we are. Not a lot of storage per se, but yeah. So finally I can get my daughter, because she wanted to play Minetest for a long time, and the machines just struggled. The 12-year-old Mac Mini that she was using, which is it's a Core 2 Duo with only 2 gigs of RAM. And other than playing just the base Minetest world with no mods, it struggled. What is that? Oh, rabbit hide. I lost a rabbit. So everybody's happy. This IBM machine that they're not IBM, they sold Lenovo a long time ago. This ThinkPad that I have, I was going to dual boot it, and I'm going to hold off a little bit on that because the project that I have going on right now is to take that 12-year-old Mac Mini and put Ubuntu on it. And I've successfully done that before with Macs, and they run, it gives it another life. So that is going to be on that machine because I want to try to also make a server out of it. And everything's subjective, but I will never stop using Mac. It's going to take Apple. Apple's going to have to do something really outrageous for me to stop using Apple products. With the exception of my daughter killing my polycarbonate MacBook that was 13 years old with a glass of milk, that machine ran Ubuntu perfectly, and that was the machine that she used to play games on and stuff like that and do web surfing on. So say what you will about the cost of Apple. Now, for me to get a new MacBook Air, the newest generation of MacBook Air, it would have ran me over to spec it out the way I wanted to. It was the Core i7 with 256 gig SSD and 8 gigs of RAM was going to be over $1,200. And this Lenovo, now I got it on employee discount. So discounts with companies that you work for. The machine listed for $900. I got it for $600. And it's pretty competitive. But even at $900, well, it would have probably been a better bet to go with the MacBook. But I have no regrets buying this machine. I am having a blast with it. And I will only trust Lenovo or I wanted a Dell XPS 13. But that is also $1,200, $1,300. And if I'm going to lay that out, I'm just to have Linux run on it, I'm going to get a Mac. I've had 2 brand new Mac computers, or 3 total Mac computers, countless iPhones. I've had iPhones ever since the original iPhone, which it still works. It's sitting on my desk next to me. The Bluetooth earpiece and the iPhone still works. It's 10 years old. I can surf the web, not very fast, but say what you will about Apple and their Apple tax and all their stuff costs so much money. Well, there's a reason. So, and I'm hoping to get at least 6 years out of this Lenovo. So I'm happy. Why does this keep growing back? I'm going to have to put fake grass here. The jungle is creeping in. You jungle. Now stay there. Go there. Told you I'm tired. So this is the new, the townhomes. As you can tell, it's a little different than the picture. Obviously, my proportions are way off than the picture, but that's okay. That is not going to be a townhome. That's going to be an apartment building. And I'll explain that in a second. So I'm trying to lay out and get my dimensions right. So where it looks right. I'm happy with the windows. The garage looks kind of weird, but it's okay. On this side, I only extended the bricks one way. And I have to put the brand new facade blocks, the RGS Pro blocks, around the crown here. So that'll top that off. But I'm still in an experimental stage. So this is a townhome. This is, believe it or not, this is for one person. One family. So in here you're gonna have like a living room down here, entrance, and the kitchen and dining room are gonna be over here. This is gonna be for the patio, going out the back. And I'm thinking about extending this or just leaving it and making like just a wall out of that. So this inner part I'm gonna leave stone because I think it looks kind of cool. And that'll be stone. Then there's gonna be stairs going up here to the second floor. And on the second floor, there's going to be, obviously, this is going to be a bedroom. One of the bedrooms with the fantastic view. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do out here. Obviously, over here is going to be like a sitting TV area. I can put another room in over here and then have a hallway come out, which I think that's what I'm going to do for that. And then for the third floor, which I don't have steps on yet, here's the third floor. That will be a bedroom and an office area up here. And you got these gorgeous views. So that's going to take care of that. And there's obviously going to be windows out the back here. So, and then I'm going to take the floor up over here. Somehow I have to figure out how to nicely do it, whether or not I want to come up here and then go up like this, because if I go and put stairs up here, it's going to take up too much space, especially with railings. So I'm thinking about just coming over here and putting another stair up going this way to lead to the top. That will take care of that. And then put some nice windows in so you can look out. The views over here are going to be fantastic. So I'm still playing with this, and I haven't gotten very far because obviously I'm playing with my new toys and getting my daughter's laptop up and running. And it has all, you'll be real proud of me, all the Linux people. I do have the Ubuntu subsystem installed on it, and all the software is open source and free software for the most part. I do need to still run a Windows partition because I finally got my SQL Server Management Studio, and SQL Server Reporting Studio running because I do SQL Server for database and development for the Windows platform, and it also has MySQL and all my Derby, Apache Derby, SQLite 3, MySQL, MariaDB, all those other fun databases, and no joke, they are fun. I find them fun. So this is going to be an apartment building. So this is not going to be the garage. This is going to be an entrance. And then obviously this will be filled in. So you'll come in here, and I have some playing. Well, this could be I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. There's going to be an entrance. Hi, Mr. Bear. And there's going to be a hallway that'll lead up to all 3 units, and it'll be a 3 flat. So instead of, and then obviously the office park is over here. So instead of this being a townhome like these other 2 over here, my proportions, that's the word I was looking for earlier. My proportions are a little off, but they have to be, because if I'm going to add rooms in here, it has to be realistic. And I think that picture didn't really show a realistic view. Obviously, it wasn't a real drawing, but each block is approximately 3 feet. So to really get any 3, 6, 9, 12, it's kind of hard to get any kind of proportion and to get some big rooms with access to look normal. If you go through my house builds up here, I am not going to carry the brick. It's just going to be drywall. The brick is only for the first floor. Yeah. So I'm not going to make this video too long. Obviously, I did make some headway. I had more, I'm kind of stopped right here because I'm trying to come up with ideas for it. I like the colors. I'm not too sure about the color of the apartment building, but the colors for this I do like, and it's different. It's different from everything else that I've been building. I want to black out the garage. I don't want see-through garage doors on this. I don't think. And they'll open, but that's all set. And I think this is going to turn out pretty cool. So I just been holding off on it, like walking away from it, just so I can get some more ideas and do something else. So, like I said, all the roads, that was one of the main things. So now all the businesses over here are done and completed. So the computer store offices are done. The pet shop is done. Parking garage is done. The back access way is done. The ice cream parlor, the family style restaurant, the full grand fountain, the civic center and concert area and offices are done. I said the pet shop, the computer store, the bike shop, is done. The little bistro is done. The Porsche dealership with ringing phones is done. So this is done. And then now it's just to keep going further. I have to fix my lights because these are set up on timer, but the other ones weren't. I have to fix my lights and move these railroad tracks. Boy, that was, I like this though. This is so cool. I just have to figure out a way to incorporate the railroad tracks. I'm probably going to put them down here because I can put a small station in because it's real close to the concert area, and then have it connect to the train. If I go under here, there's the train, there's the subway. So here's the subway. So I can make that connect, and that goes all the way to the factory. So that'll be, what was that? Oh, that was a badger. And there's a turtle. Hi, Mr. Turtle. What are you? Yeah, okay. My dragon hasn't come back. He's around here somewhere. So that, like I said, we have the everything's tying together nicely, which is really neat for having everything connected. So if we come over here, and I'm going to put those, the LCE traffic mod. So I have to put the traffic signals up here. And I'm really happy with how the road turned out. Going all the way. So everything's connected. And this opens up a lot of opportunities here for developing stuff up here, even though this is a snowy biome. But there's the castle gates, the castle wall. So there's a lot of possibilities now that the factory is connected. And there you have it. And I have to figure out a way of getting down here. Oh, there's the castle gate. Down here to the castle. The castle grounds. Not bad for not planning. So, but then again, that's what makes this game so fun. Is making stuff work. I do try to plan as much as possible, but there's only so much you can plan for. And then everything else is just, you just wing it. You just solve your problems as you go along. So that's going to do it. I know it's kind of a little bit of uneventful episode here, but there's a lot of, and it doesn't seem like a lot got done. Oh, we put a street in, but it took about 2 hours to sit there and painstakingly go through and add the street. And now everything works because this is on 4.17. I can pretty much to tell you the difference between the Apple MacBook, the MacBook is 3 years old, and I do all my video processing, everything on this box. But to tell you the difference between playing Minetest as is on here compared to playing on the Lenovo, that I could pretty much walk around in a full range view with very little to no stuttering. Like right now, you can see it's struggling a little bit. I'm in full range view right now, and there's nothing on that. So the extra 2 cores and the extra 4 gig of RAM helped out in that respect. But I'm happy with it. I was, like I said, I was real concerned about it until, the performance of it. Did I waste the money? I don't have time nor the patience to build my own machine. And I wanted to go with a laptop rather than a desktop. So it all turned out. Yeah. That's all I have to say on that. I will do a review on it, and I am going to start live streaming because the failure test that I did was real interesting because at first it was just a simple test. And I put in there, I put in the description that it was only a test just to see if it would work. And all of a sudden I had at the most, I had 6 people on. And you're going, wow, 6 people. But that was cool. And and most of them stayed even with the crappy audio and the audio problems that I was having. So it was a lot of fun. And then, I said, oh, I'm going to, it feels like it's been a while that I've been doing this. I'm going to have to end the stream. And I was on for over an hour. It was like, you got to be kidding. You literally lose track of time. It was that much fun just explaining things and going around and playing with it. And I had a blast. So, yeah. Isn't that right, Mr. Bear? All right. So that's going to do it for this episode. Hopefully I'll have more done on the townhouse and get that running. We also looked at the placeable ingots, which is a really cool mod, and go from there. So thank you very much for joining. Hopefully everybody had a very safe and happy New Year, and being January 2nd, and go from there. And yeah. Thanks for watching and for a fantastic year. I'm going to do like a year-end recap of I'm going to do a year-end recap just to, everything that happened positive over the year and go from there. So thanks again. It's been a blast. And until the next video, goodbye.